Hey, what's good? It's Cadillaktrackz. This is quick tip 150, and today's quick tip is just about how to arrange or sequence out different scenes or patterns via MIDI inside your DAW. And this is a question that was popped up on the machine forums just today. Somebody was asking, how you could switch between different scenes via MIDI, and I've showed y'all this on my channel, so I just wanted to clear this up for him and show y'all also, because it's real creative. It's a good question, and something that you can do inside a machine when using machine, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So I loaded up a random kit right here, this ad style kit. This kit happens to have like 6 different patterns, so or 8 different patterns, so it's a good example to show you exactly what I mean. And machine gives you the option to sequence or trigger scenes, also sections, and also lock states via MIDI. Just go right here into File, and you go right here into the Edit, you go to MIDI change, and right here it's telling you that you can trigger scenes, sections, and lock states via MIDI. Inside of my template, I have a theme that I've set up here where I trigger lock states. All you need to do is just go right here to the options available. You can either do it with a MIDI note or a program change, and you need to set what channel it's on. I usually have mine set up on lock states right here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that off and turn it on scene so I can show y'all how to do this. So you can pick any channel. You just don't pick a channel you got stuff going on already. It'll make a conflict or something. So I'll just pick channel 16 right there, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and inside of Fruity Loops I'll go ahead and I'll open up a MIDI out, and you can see I put it on channel 16 going inside a machine right here. And the way it works is that, like, for example, on machine I have these different scenes. I have 3 different scenes right here. So if I push scene mode, I have 3 pads lit up. This is scene 1, scene 2, and scene 3. You can see on each scene I have a different pattern. That's usually how we do it. We'll put a scene with a pattern. And let's say, like, for example, I'm just going to push play and just kind of play with this. So let's say I push play on my machine, right? And I'm in scene mode, right? So I want to switch between these different patterns, and I come up with a creative groove, and I wanted to record that, like, for example. Alright, that's just an example. Let's say you come up with a groove between your patterns and you want to record that, but you don't want to, you can't push record and record it as automation on machine. And let's say you had that good pattern, and it would take you forever to append it and sequence it out just like that inside of machine. So this is a way that you can do it via MIDI inside of your DAW. It's the same way you do with lock states. You just want to go ahead and set it up like I showed you right here. Go to the Edit, MIDI change, set up a MIDI channel for the MIDI changes to come through to change the scenes. You open up a MIDI out, you put it on the same channel going inside a machine. When you open up the MIDI out, the scenes and the pads, they link up to the keyboard starting at C0. So you got to go all the way down to the bottom of your piano roll. C0 will actually correspond or be pad 1 now. So this will be scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. I'm just going to show you an example right here. So go ahead and open up machine, and we'll push play, and you'll kind of see it going through the different scenes right here, the way I've sequenced it out right here. So let me show you. So this is how you can change scenes via MIDI, and you can get real creative with it. That way you can actually even sequence out your whole beat like this instead of trying to use machine to sequence it out. Have your different patterns on different scenes, and then just creatively switch between the different scenes, just like you would when you push the buttons on machine, but you could never record that inside a machine. But now you can do it, via MIDI. So it's a good way to take advantage of this setting. It's always been here, and it's something you can do inside a machine. You can actually trigger different scenes via MIDI just like this. And one more thing before I go. When I push scene mode on my machine and I'm in scene mode, switching between these different scenes, on the screen on my machine on the MK3 you can see the option for re-trigger. By default it's set to off, but if I put the re-trigger on, What that does is it'll allow me to re-trigger a scene immediately, instead of usually when I push a scene it takes a second before it goes to the next scene. It waits till it finishes and it goes to the next one. You can change those settings how they go into each other, but you can also turn this re-trigger on, and what it'll allow you to do is to re-trigger a scene. Like for example, if I just wanted the first scene to trigger over and over and then hit, you could do it just like that by turning re-trigger on. I'll show you what I mean right here. Alright, so you see it re-triggering itself, and that's what the re-trigger does. So just get creative and keep that in mind. You might want to re-trigger some scenes, you might not. So you have that option right there. Alright, that's it, man. Cadillaktrackz. This is quick tip 150. This is just how to arrange scenes via MIDI. Think about it. You could actually utilize this to actually arrange your whole beat inside of your DAW. You could do a lot with this, so just keep that in mind. Cadillaktrackz one.